Chris Ballard admitted, yep, the Colts considered taking a run at Lamar Jackson. He said, quote, anytime a special player is available, which he is, you've got to do the work. According to reports now, though, the Colts are more interested in drafting a QB with the 4th overall pick. Shannon, if you were the Colts, would you go after Lamar Jackson or would you draft a QB?
I would go after Lamar because I believe they have a defense that's ready to compete right now. Shaquille Leonard, DeForest Buckner. And so right now they've been in quarterback. They're not in purgatory. They've been in quarterback hell since Andrew Luck retired. They've had 7 different starting quarterbacks and combined record is 31, 34, and 1. Phillip Rivers was the only quarterback to lead them to the postseason. And, you know, once he didn't come back, he's like, yeah, I'm going to start coaching high school football. They've tried a plethora of quarterbacks, and none of them have worked. Lamar Jackson is 49-21 as a starter, former MVP, and he's still only 26 years of age. Philly hired Shane Steichen, who worked with Jalen Hurts.
He did.
So it's an offense that I don't think Lamar Jackson would have any problem picking up. Have no problem running to its maximum capacity. And so I do. I think they should. Now, they say they're looking on the market. Do they move up? Were they 4th, right? So they'll be able to get a quarterback, probably not Stroud or Bryce Young, but Will Levis or Anthony Richardson. And so they'll be able to get a quarterback, but to have a quarterback, a rookie quarterback, lead you, and no matter how great the quarterback, we've seen some rookie quarterbacks, Skip, be great, but not so much their rookie season. And we look at Trevor Lawrence as a prime example. You look at him from his rookie season. Now maybe some of that was coaching. Maybe there was a lot of organizational things that were going on. He got some stability at that position, and you see why they took him number 1 overall. Joe Burrow, we don't know what really would have happened because he ended up getting injured. But normally rookie quarterbacks struggle. And so I do believe they should go after Lamar. The question is, again, Skip, those 2 first-round picks. And so with that, I know they're going to do it, Skip, because that means you're going to give them the 4th pick in the draft. That's the problem now. Skip, if those were middle of the, let's just say for the sake of argument, they were picking somewhere like 17. Skip, you're picking top 5. You ain't really trying to get up because we're going to talk about Bryce Young. You like, I'm definitely not giving up the 1st pick in the draft. So I think that's what the hesitancy is for the Colts, is that draft pick, that first one, is so high.
Okay. I got it. This is one you can't see the forest for the trees. The trees tell you, if you step back, that a 26-year-old MVP of a quarterback is available. He is sitting out there. He is hiding in plain sight right before your very eyes. Lamar Jackson can be had for, to me, a small price to pay. Okay, 2 firsts. He's Lamar freaking Jackson. He won the MVP. He hasn't been great in the postseason, but he did beat Tennessee at Tennessee. And in the regular season,
he's 1-2 in the postseason. Well, no, he's 1-3.
3, okay.
1-3. Lost to the Chargers the first.
49-21. Hey, that's all I need to know. This is a no-brainer, and if you don't do it, you got no brains. Seriously, you have to say, wait a second, time out. We could go do this, and I like the quote from Ballard about when there's a special player available, you have to do your work. Okay, well, do your work and then say, we got to go. You got the coach. You got the perfect coach for this. He might have to tweak a few things, but they're only tweaks. It's not major surgery on your offensive approach.
Yeah, Skip. But I think you and I, we've been on this for 7 years, and we haven't agreed on much. But I think we're in agreement on this. Teams don't view Lamar like you and I.
Okay.
It's got to skip that. What other conclusion can we come to?
Okay, I got it. But look, I know all the negatives. You start out with, what was he? He's in his car and he's going 100 miles an hour and he's posting. I'm like, you can't. You can't.
Playing football on the beach and trips over the jet ski.
Not a great idea. I got it. He went after a guy this past year, regular season, on Twitter, and it got ugly and profane, and it's way, way beneath your dignity. And he got so sideways with the Ravens that he was half-hearted in his participation in meetings and practices before games. All I want you to do is put the tape in of the games he did play for the Ravens last year and tell me what you saw. I saw gamer, I saw baller, I saw accurate. It's not the prettiest throwing motion I've ever seen, but it gets right where it's supposed to be on time.
Works.
It really works at the highest level. That young man will fight you to the death. That young man is a playmaker of the highest order, first with his arm and then with his legs.
Right.
And obviously his legs are extraordinary and special. And yet, I got it. He didn't finish either of the last 2 seasons, though I believe he could have finished last year if he had so chosen, but because the Ravens had not committed to him, he's not going to commit to them by risking further injury for their cause that they're not paying him for. Okay, I got it. I know the negatives. He doesn't have an agent, and it's not the smartest thing he ever did in his life. He needed an agent, and maybe we wouldn't be sitting in this quandary at this stalemate at this point.
Right.
It would have been money well spent. But look, I rise above all that. Can he play the position at the highest level he can play? Can he stay healthy enough to win you a Super Bowl? I believe with all my heart and soul that's a big yes. Mm-hmm. He's only 26.
26.
When he's playing football, trust me, he's a smart kid because he knows how to get down. He knows how to stay out of harm's way. He's not RG3 running with the football when he couldn't even figure out how to get down and slide.
Right.
Lamar knows how to preserve himself. Again, his injury was freakish 2 years ago that curtailed the end of the season.
How about this?
All right.
Lamar is his own agent, right?
Yeah.
Bring me a deal.
Or I guess his mom is.
Okay, bring me a deal, Skip. Bring me a deal.
Mm-hmm. Who are you saying to?
I'm telling the Ravens, Lamar. You and your mom, go bring me a deal.
Okay, yeah.
Bring me a deal. Yeah. Bring me something I can match.
Okay.
Give me a number. What if someone promised you? Give me that. That's what an agent does. That's what Drew Rosenhaus.
I get it.
Tom Connor, that's what the big guys do.
All right. I understand that. I'm only looking through the eyes of the Colts, all the way up to Irsay, the owner.
Right. So that's what you want?
Would you rather have Lamar Jackson, or do you want to draft Will Levis or Anthony Richardson?
Right.
Because that's what's going to be on the table for you to draft. I'm almost certain of that, because it's going to go 1-2, 2-1 for the first 2 quarterbacks to obviously Carolina and Houston, and then we're going to skip a pick.
Yeah, Seattle is the third, right?
Wait, where's Arizona in there?
Arizona's third. Arizona's third.
Arizona's third. Yes. Okay, and then here come the Colts.
Right.
I'm going to say it again. I watched Will Levis enough to tell you, no, not accurate enough, not poised enough, doesn't have a command of the position enough. There's too much Carson Wentz going on in there for me. Big arm, got it, but no. Anthony Richardson is combine perfection.
Workout warrior.
He won the track meet at the combine, and it's, listen, 6'4", 244, and you can do backflips. I'm not sure I've ever seen quite like that. It doesn't equate to playing the position. I watched him for 2 full games, one against my school, Vanderbilt. He's just not accurate. Project. Maybe you could get something. Maybe.
I don't know about no project at that high.
Hey, you're the 4th pick in the draft. The fandom, the media, they're not going to allow you the patience to become the project that you need to become.
Skip, you know what happens when you select a project that high? Yeah. Somebody else comes in and finishes that project for you. When you talk a huge undertaking, you talk about, I got this big project, they find somebody else to finish developing it.
Right.
You're not there. But Skip, how about Lamar? Lamar can go to the red. Hey, I've talked to such and such. They say, would you be willing to accept the 1st and the 3rd this year, and maybe a 2nd or a 4th next year?
Lamar can't do that by himself.
Why not? He's his own agent, him and his mom.
Supposedly.
They've got everybody convinced that they can. Why not? Do you see what the problem is? The Ravens don't have to do anything. We've got a non-exclusive tag on you for $32 million. We can just sit back with our feet up on the desk. We ain't got to do a thing.
They're in the catbird seat right now. They are.
So everybody keep telling me, Shannon, you selling this short. That's somebody gonna get $6 million of that man money, and all they're gonna do is talk. Okay, he ain't even making no money now.
And then he made another faux pas. He sent out a representative who was not certified.
NFLPA certified.
Okay, and you can't do it.
No,
it's against the rules.
Exactly.
Okay, now you look even more foolish.
Right.
Okay.
That's what you should know.
Okay.
I mean, Skip, if you're going to be your representative, these are things that you should know, considering it just happened last year with Roquan Smith.
It did.
And they said he couldn't do it. So you go do it because you're smart. You want to represent yourself.
Yep.
Okay? Know all the fine nuances of being a representative and go about it and go do it. Because the Ravens don't have to do anything, people. They've got a non-exclusive tag for $32 million. Lamar, you your agent, you and your mom, go out there and talk to these other teams that in position that need a quarterback and ask them, what if we can get the Ravens to take a first and a third? Okay. What if we can get the Ravens to take a first and a third and maybe a third next year?
Okay, I got it, but you missed your 2 golden opportunities at the Combine and then at the owners' meeting.
But you skip. You're supposed to know where you're supposed to go.
Yeah.
You're supposed to show up at the owners' meeting. You're supposed to show up at the Combine. You're an agent, remember? You know what's best.
Odell showed up at the owners' meeting, and the next thing I know, he's got an $18 million deal.
But they keep telling me, this is what you're supposed to do. This is the way to go about it.
Yeah. It's sad but true.
I would spend, if somebody told me I can make $230 million, but you got to spend $10 million.
That's it right there. That's what you're talking about.
I would.
Right.
Most people would.
It's money well spent.
Yeah, it takes money to make money.
It does.
I have never heard anybody. Skip, the lottery is $1 billion. Whoever won the lottery without buying a ticket.
Yeah.
It might not be but $1, $2. I think it's $2 now. I think it's $2. I haven't played in a while. But it takes money to make money. You ever seen somebody, man, the investment, did you put anything on it? No, well, you ain't make no money. The people that invested in Apple or invested in whatever, or Salesforce or whatever the case may be, they made money because it takes money to make money.
Yeah.
But it's always somebody trying to skate by. Lamar, just pay the money and get you an agent and go get this bread, bro. Because it's about going to talking to teams and trying to and cajoling them. I'm telling you, you don't know what you're missing.
Yeah.
This guy, especially, he's only 26.
Yeah.
He's not that far removed from being an MVP.
No.
He's 49 in this. He's this and that.
You do. You need a salesman and an advocate.
That's it.
Yeah, I know. I got it.
Well, for now, Lamar Jackson watch continues, gentlemen. Moving on to the NBA, did LeBron just prove he's still the face of the NBA, even without stepping on a court? Let's discuss when we come back.